Hello there! This is an astrological forecast for Gemini for 2011, and this also applies if you have a Gemini ascendant. So my Geminis, this year there's going to be a mixture of things. There's certainly going to be a big focus on your work, on your life purpose and what you're doing with your life. There's going to be also a big focus on your creativity, your friends, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and also your finances. They're certainly going to come under sharp focus this year. They already have been doing for this last year, but this year again, they're going to be under sharp focus once again. So let's start out with where Saturn is for the whole of the year. Saturn is in your 5th house the whole year. So what can this mean? Well, this certainly can mean that those of you who work for yourselves already, or who've been thinking of maybe working for yourself, this is going to be a really good time to put new structures in, to put a structure in so that you can make your dreams of your own business a practical reality. So with Saturn in that house, this would not be a good year for speculation, would not be a good year to be trading on the stock markets and going in and out and doing various areas of high risk activity. I would not recommend that with Saturn in the 5th house. But what it is good for is it's good for establishing your own business, your own autonomy. It's also a good time for those of you who are very creative to bring your creativity into something real. Saturn very much wants you to bring things onto the realistic plane, not into the dream plane. So use that Saturn to your advantage. Saturn in that house can also mean a marriage. It doesn't necessarily mean you, but somebody in your life who may get married this year. Saturn, 5th house of romance, becoming a serious romance. Be careful for those of you who are looking to be in a relationship with this Saturn here, that you don't end up with somebody who's controlling or very dominating, because very often we draw to ourselves somebody who's a little older than us with this Saturn influence. Also, Saturn in this 5th house could mean that you have children, or that your children are more of a responsibility to you. You feel you've got to take on more responsibilities in connection with children. So those are the possible meanings of this Saturn in the 5th house for you. Pluto we've got in the 8th house still for many, many years. So this is going to be activating your finances. For some of you, this is going to mean living from hand to mouth. From some of you, it's going to mean learning how to let go of being driven to have more, to maybe allow yourself to have a simpler life, to not be rushing and pushing for more, but just to be enjoying more of the simpler things, to be grateful for the things that you do have. Also with Pluto in that house, it would certainly be a time to be careful about any financial partnerships that you get involved with. And that would include with your partner or your spouse. This would not be a time to allow them to go into debt, and certainly for you not to put your signature on these papers if you can help it. Not a good time for anything connected with debt. And it is also a time where, if you're not careful, you may find yourself really struggling with finances. You may find that you need to really choose what's important and what you need to let go of, or what you maybe need to sell or move on from. All these issues will come up during this Pluto transit. It's there for many years yet, but it's certainly there for 2011, so it's important to be aware of it. We've got Neptune for much of the year in the 9th house, and then it goes into the 10th. So Neptune in the 9th, well, this is about your spiritual ideals. Many of you may not be quite sure about where you're going, what your true direction is. Maybe it's changing. Maybe these ideals are changing. Maybe you're looking into different areas of spirituality that you've not considered before. All this will be coming up for you too, Geminis. The big focus this year is certainly going to be about your career. And with Uranus in that house until March, this is certainly going to mean ups and downs, erratic times. For some of you, it might mean temporary work, contract work, not being able to find a permanent job, even though you're looking for it. However, there will be still opportunities coming in. We do have Jupiter in that 10th house as well. So there will be opportunities. It's just with the energy of Uranus there as well, and Neptune for some of the year as well, it's going to mean that some of these opportunities just fade away. So it's very important that you're in tune and you're not too busy to hear the opportunities when they're coming, when somebody's knocking at your door from the most unlikely place, that you're really listening, that you're listening to these opportunities, because these opportunities will come to you, but they might not have a very big window to them. Especially with Uranus there, all of a sudden they come and they go. As well, you might meet somebody through your work area, particularly with Jupiter there, particularly somebody who may be very beneficial to you, who may act like a mentor to you, who may really push you out of your comfort zone, but really pushing you into your new talents, areas that you can move forward into. So be ready for that, but certainly be ready for a great deal of change, a lot of ups and downs in relation to your career and your life direction. And try to be flexible. Geminis, for the most part, you can be flexible. So try to be in that flexible nature and allow yourself to go with the flow, because I think that will make those planets, the transits of those planets, easier for you to handle. From March of this year, of 2011, we've got Uranus going into your 12th house, and Jupiter is there, 11th house, sorry, which is the house of dreams and wishes and friends. Now, you may find with Uranus in that house that your friends change. You need more excitement in your friends. Maybe some of your friends have got a little bit boring, or you're losing contact with them. You need some new friends. It might be time to join a new organisation, to join a new club, to do an activity you've not done before. It's about expanding your barriers and meeting new people in different areas that you would never have met them before. It's a great time for bringing new friends into your life, friends who could become really deep friends after a time, but at the moment it will be time to have it on a superficial level and give yourself permission to meet lots of different people. And Geminis, you're going to love that, because Geminis, you are designed to meet lots of different people and interact with different people from different places and different cultures and different environments. So this will be the year to do it. Also the year to think to the future, to think about what your dreams and wishes are. What are you really hoping for? We will have Jupiter after the middle of the year into your 12th house. So this will be a time for completions for you. Maybe somebody who's been in your life for many, many years and now just allows you to come to the forefront now, for you to take more control in your life than you've done. Somebody who maybe's been supporting you and now it's time to let go and you can do it yourself, type of thing. As well, it's not until 2012, the middle of 2012, that Jupiter comes into your sign, Gemini. So you're in the build-up to that. So if you feel as though things are not quite coming together in the way you anticipated, take heart. You're coming to the end of a cycle in many ways, and the beginning of it probably won't start until the middle of 2012 for some of you. June, July time is your peak time of this year. That's when we've got Venus and Mars in your sign, Gemini. So really good time if you want to meet someone, if you're looking for love, if you want a relationship. This will be a real highlighted time for you, Geminis, and also a good time when your energy will be going forward, when you can really accomplish things, when you can really move forward with a clarity without looking to side and just feel more confident in yourself and having people really listen to you on what it is you want to say. So there you have it, my Geminis. There's 2011 ahead for you. Certainly a big focus on your creativity, your finances. Watch that you don't get into any debt. Try and pay off any debt that you do have if you possibly can, or at least pay it down. Your career, it's going to be changeable. Try and go with the flow, and lots of new friends and the potential for meeting people coming into your life. So I wish you a wonderful 2011. For those
you might like to have a reading to know what 2011 has in store for you, or maybe treat somebody to a reading about 2011, or maybe just ask a question for $25 and I'll answer in an email of up to 150 words. Whatever it is, I'd be delighted to hear from you. Bye for now.